What's up, YouTube? I'm sitting here thinking, and I said, not really thinking, but talking to my ancestors and to whoever surveillance and not so much the insane crowd, but the people that's trying to understand the insanity. It's really not of the people that are gang stalking you, harassing you, terrorizing you, whatever the case may be. You cannot track these people's mental illness. It's off the charts. It's no way to track it. They were doing a lot of hoodoo, did a lot of love spells, did a lot of drugs. It's just a lot of shit that these men, particularly, were doing in the 90s up until the present day that they do not have um, comprehensive skills. Some women, too, that's been working hoodoo up under the table, you know what I'm saying, in the dark, whatever. They do business, you know, regularly on the weekdays, but their real job is being a witch kind of shit. It's so many different scenarios of this shit. And I do know that love spells tend to backfire the worst. The worst. They can't kill some of y'all. So it just becomes a matter of terrorizing you because you have to take with a grain of salt when people are on here as a tarot reader and they're telling you stuff about somebody that just can't let you go, or a weird ex that you don't even look at as an ex because it was just a few dates or some shit like that. Like they injecting themselves in these readings to make themselves appear normal and maybe to even feed your ego, but they wouldn't even kind of know that. All they know is that they angry that life didn't go their way, and they may can't stay there but for a second because they fuse is blown, bro. They don't have they don't have the capacity to think like people who aren't um or who weren't affected by certain experiences, I guess you can say. I'm just listening to tarot readers, and a lot of the stuff that they talking, it is not for you to take seriously. You know, when people say, you know, y'all getting mad at me because I keep reading y'all exes, y'all getting mad at me in the comment section because all I keep getting is y'all exes. The reason they keep getting these weird people is because something is wrong with them. They are over the place, all over tarot, all over, you know, stalking your house, all over your job, all over your car. All it's like the motherfucking what they call them damn things, the muckles or whatever. They be all over your fucking car in the summertime kind of shit. Like that, bro. I don't even know what this shit is going to turn into. I really don't, because the more you allow these type of people to be on the earth, the more they'll break down your mental health. This is just the way it goes. So I don't know what the fuck they gonna do. Trump is saying no election, and I don't feel like it should be one either because people don't even have the capacity to vote properly because a lot of people are out of their mind, and America doesn't have the systems in place nor the medication in place to help them. They're beyond help. They're beyond redemption. They're beyond rehabilitation even. And it takes a lot for me to say that. However, what I've been just watching above it, some is it's nothing to do. It really ain't. It really the fuck ain't. Mm-mm. I don't think that's why he has that alligator Alcatraz, because it's like that for real. And some of the people in there may have been more mentally well or sound mentally than the people that's out here in the streets. They look normal. They not normal, bro. Mm-mm. And you really would take a risk to chart it because it ain't really no chart on the bitch. Uh-uh. When I was in the hospital one time, the mental hospital, a nurse told me that I wasn't on they couldn't diagnose me, or they couldn't come up with what was wrong because I wasn't on their charts. Meaning it was it was nothing that they had that could label me, basically. It made sense to me because I know that I stay in spiritual frame of mind, even though I'm very grounded. I have to stay above certain shit, or I have to, keep space in between some of the shit that be going on to maintain my sanity. So I got what she was saying. It's just that it applies to people, and it's no groundedness there. It's all spell work, um, drug abuse, a lot of shit that the brain cannot take. Anything that the brain cannot take and will hurl you into an imbalance. Just imagine people have been in that shit for a very long time, and they can no longer use what they used to. It doesn't work as far as hoodoo is concerned. It's been not working. They just been getting by. But now it's an aggression to it. They lashing out. Zombieism kind of shit. They cannot control their insanity. That's why they be body jumping people, because they really can't control their insanity. I'm telling you, they lost in the recesses of their man. You cannot track this shit. No, you cannot track it. It's like dementia, but on a whole nother level. Like people with dementia, people that's familiar, they remember the past, but they won't remember what just happened. It's like that, but then it goes the other way, where they can only remember the present, short-term memory, but then they don't remember the past. Their long-term memory gone, and it keeps misfiring like that within their brain. So it's no way to track that kind of shit, because a pattern continues. Let's just say the archetypes that I'm talking about that used a lot of hoodoo and that used a lot of drugs and sex and possibly materialism, if that makes sense. Like to feel better, they go get their feet done. They go get a massage. They go to the mall. It's always something to take the sting off whatever is going on mentally with them, because of the imbalances of using too much witchcraft the wrong way. Killed too many people. Oops, I did it again. Britney Spears. Not talking about Britney. I'm just using the song that she sings. Inordinate karma. Been telling lies, been stealing money, been doing all kind of criminal. What KRS once say, criminal minded, you've been blinded. Done. Cooked, bro. But they out here, they driving, they still working. It's real crazy. You can't track their crazy, though. You really the fuck can't. No, they can't even track it. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? It got to be a self-trusting. That's why they doing all this motherfucking body jumping. I'm trying to tell you. And all they do is wiggle theyself. A lot of the dudes wiggle theyself in another woman's life, but it'll come across on tarot as they can't let you go. You see what I'm saying? It's like splintering theyself all over the place. And then they it's kind of like running a lot of plays. And they keep on. They keep on. I'm trying to tell y'all, they keep on. They keep on. And they look like this. Some of them, harmless. But some ain't right. It's a elusiveness to it. And that elusiveness may turn into groundedness all of a sudden. Then the groundedness turns into more elusiveness. Then the elusiveness may turn into intelligence. Then the intelligence may turn into a learning disability. It's no way to fucking track this shit. I'm trying to tell you. The lies, extensive, yeah. Trying their hand at a cult. They call themselves an occultist. They're not. No. If they were, they wouldn't be crazy. Most occultists are dead because they knew what they were seeing on the earth. And they knew it was something that needed to be done on the other side because of how out of order this shit is. Because a lot of their brains is, it's like a machine. You think it works. Like, just say you got a middle-aged, we'll say middle-aged vending machine. When you buy it, it's cool. Then all of a sudden, it stopped giving people their shit. You go up and hit the bitch, and then four things fall out that motherfucker instead of the one you trying to hit. So you think, okay, it's cool. They got, at least they got that. And I'm going to put the other three that came out, I'm going to put them back in there. And then you run it through. You run $1 through there. It come out regular. And then you, let's say you go back to wherever you're doing, and all of a sudden you hear boom, 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 boom. It's 6 pops. Ain't nobody touched the machine. This is how some of their brains work. You know, eventually you could be like, I'm about to scrapyard this motherfucker, because this motherfucker do what they don't want to do. And I ain't about to keep on opening this motherfucker up, putting the pops back in there, and shit, having to help somebody when they put their dollar in here. Sometimes nobody say nothing, they get what they pay for, but then I gotta go to the machine and hit it to see if I can get what they paid for, open it up. I'm sick of this. Now that's a human being dealing with these kind of motherfuckers. You don't have the capacity. No one does. Get a clue. That's why they call themselves Covens and shit. Imagine that. Imagine how that shit is run in a fucking world that they own. And when they reach out and touch you, it's because they touched you when you didn't know something was wrong. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's just stuck in their memory. I'm trying to tell you, you just stuck in a memory. And it ain't got nothing to do with love. It ain't got nothing to do with your sex being the bomb and all that shit. Honey, it don't got nothing to do with that shit. I'm trying to tell you, these motherfuckers is done. They lost their resilience. They lost their capacity to um what word am I looking for? Redeem themselves. They don't have redemptive qualities. They can't do it, bro. They are weak as fuck. And the most they have is like shit. They might on some real shit somehow be doing angry spells or anger spells so they can get some shit done to some of y'all that tell the truth of the matter of their, odd behaviors. They take offense, and that's just all they know. They're not going to take ownership for something because at that time, hell, they may or may not think that they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. Watch driving for real because they're driving. And they're not in their right mind, y'all. I'm trying to tell you it's not. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. And that's one reason that the elections just should not happen. Because there's too many people in America that have lost their entire mind and their soul. They're lost in the recesses of their minds. They just don't have the capacity, I'm telling you. They really don't. Just imagine a motherfucker like this going to the polls. They might vote for Trump when or the Coven people said do this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it wouldn't even be fair, like, at all. Just like it wasn't before when they pulled the shit that they pulled. They just thinking that it's more of a conspiracy rather than mentally ill. Like something's wrong. They worked too much witchcraft and did too much underhanded shit and was working long hours and was sleeping with multiple people. I'm talking about a lot of people, having sex with a lot of people. That shit will cross you up and you're not cutting cords on it. You're not making peace with it. You're done with it. Like, they're not doing none of that shit, bro. Just think having sex is having sex. You ain't connecting with nobody. You ain't doing nothing. It's all physicality. That's how some of them looked at it. And it's deeper than that. God made that thing deeper than that, baby. That's why you got to know what you're doing, even where one night stand is concerned, even where a friends with benefits is concerned. You have to know what in the fuck you are signing yourself up for. And you have to be very adult. I wouldn't give a damn who I slept with. Before I slept with them, I had a conversation with God, if you will, and a conversation with my adult self. Even as a child, I knew that I did not want to give up my virginity at a certain age when a boy was wanting me to. Like, no, you seem a little promiscuous. Why don't you go ahead and get some of that play out of you? And then when I feel like I'm ready because it's more puberty and hormonal, then I'll let you know. And I told him that at 12 and a half, 13 years old. Everybody ain't like me. But this is for anybody that's listening that's young. You may still be a virgin, or you may have only slept with one person and you regret it, or you're trying to kind of feel your way, and you are in a dangerous time to be doing that shit. Don't even get it started. If you do not know how to cut cords, how to leave your body, you understand, so that your soul goes untouched. How you can connect with their soul, because they're not present. They don't even know where their soul is at. They're just looking for a good feeling. There's ways to connect to the person that you're sleeping with soul, and you become friends with that instead of whoever this is that's disconnected from it. It's just so many things that you could do. However, do I advise you sleeping around right now? Hell no. Hell no. Because all the people that did and wasn't doing what I just said, they fucked up, bro. They had this one study where they found like 40 something specimens or cells or some shit like that of men in this woman's brain. In her fucking brain. I mean, that's somebody that every time she thinks that she is really with who she's supposed to be with, she goes all in. If she slept with 40 men, she went all in 40 fucking times. Why would you do a thing like that? You don't know how to, if you don't know how to differentiate who you will not be marrying and who potentially could be a long-term mate, or who is a stalker, who is crazy, how you need to work your hand, because sometimes marrying somebody is smarter than not marrying them if they are gang stalking you, harassing you, will not leave you alone, follow you through your life. Sometimes it's not them kidnapping you, it's you getting receipts so that whoever can see what's going on in a controlled environment. Like marriage is an institution. You know, I got in this institution. It may seem crazy, but this person been following me. They've been gang stalking me. They've been doing all this shit to me. Yeah, I dated them in high school. I dated them in junior high school, or I dated them for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's over. You know, and they keep following me. So I just was like, fuck it, and married this motherfucker. And he was doing love spells on me. So instead of going against the grain, I went with the grain, so that all the police reports I have added up, you know, his behaviors, you know, prayerfully surveillance was a thing where the FBI can track it, CIA, whatever the case may be, but it makes somebody's job easier rather than them following this person all around who's following you. Just come on, let's get married. It may sound crazy. However, this is how offbeat motherfuckers been. And they will get your ass hurled in a mental institution and they ain't never stepped foot in one. Because I don't think they have what they need. I don't think the medicine would work, and I don't think any form of therapy would. Honestly. Did y'all hear what I said compared to a broke down ass vending machine, bitch? You can't call it. You can't call it, bruh. For real. And these people are still having children and shit. You know, it's just a bad situation. It just is, bro. Yeah, it's I don't know. They use it. You see how it says tell the universe exactly what you want. Now, how many times do people do this? You know, it's the way that they use the universe, the way that they use the moon, the way that they use everything. It's just it's not right. It's in balance. It's in balance. They don't have the capacity to comprehend. They can't hear you correctly. They only hear what makes them angry to be able to do something to you. They're worthless items. And I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be mean or none of that shit. But that's the fucking truth of the fucking matter. You know? All you can do is hold up a light in the darkness. That's all you can do. And by holding that light, it ain't no telling what will happen to you. But you would prefer than to be enveloped in darkness and acting like you don't know what the fuck is going on out here. Yeah. Separating for your inheritance. You know, you just got to separate yourself. And you got to be able to know when something is wrong with people. People are, something's really wrong with them. They coming for all kind of shit. You might as well get used to just letting go, you know? Because it's fucked up. It's fucked up out here. It just is. Mm-hmm. They may go into this all of a sudden. This could be a past life regression. When they used to fight in a motherfucking war some motherfucking where horses was being rode on kind of shit. I'm trying to tell you. And they'll be sitting up listening to tarot readers and thinking they got it. Oh, they think they got it. Soon as that tarot reader is off, and I just said what I said, you can have somebody watching this that's in that archetype energy where their brain is misfired, and they could grab hold of something if you say, they even going into when they was back in the war, back in they past life regression, when they was on a horse. They not on that shit now, but they'll think that's something that they can hold on to that would put them in the direction of who they are. That's a drop in the bucket for however many lifetimes they've come here. You know how long ago motherfuckers was fighting on horses in battles with the shit you see on fucking TV? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some people hip to them. They know. They uncovered the truth about them. Some ain't right. So when y'all be getting these readings, be real mindful that, you know, you low-key got to ignore the tarot reader. If she gets to talking about an ex and shit, and y'all know, like, I ain't no motherfucking ex. You know, why do they keep saying that? You know how it went because you in your right mind. What they told people, what they thought happened, what they imagined could have happened, what they imagining can still happen. And you just one of one. You ain't everybody that they may be, you know, you just run across my mind. You just run across my mind. Some people may have more unique light. Some people may have a brighter light. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're playing all or whatever is going on in their brains that's misfiring and all kind of shit. Some of y'all may be a little bit more popular than others, where it's like, why are they focusing in on me? You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel some type of way, like, ugh, like, no, don't focus in on me. Oh yeah, because you're out, your light is brighter. But that don't mean they love you. That don't mean they can't let you go in the regard of somebody who really is your mate and say, I'm not giving up on this kind of shit. This ain't no motherfucking movie. Okay? Man may work like a projector, but this right here on earth, this ain't no motherfucking movie. Okay? It's just ain't. They can't get to the bottom of it. They can't. Mm-mm. No. When they think they got it, they do not got it. Just imagine each one of those papayas is a lifetime. They do not got it. The primordial waters are insane, bro. And I kept warning people, y'all better get to work because y'all getting to a point where your brain gonna start leaking out your ears if you don't get to it. Because it will. The human mechanics is not a fucking game. That's why you should not play games. No. Because you will learn that you are going to be fucked later on. And a lot of these motherfuckers are fucked and they don't even know what death is going to bring to them. And what dreams may come kind of situation. They don't even have the capacity to um prepare for death in a way where they can focus in on something long enough. God even. You know? God is having God on your brain, on your mind before death is a guaranteed way to be free from whatever it is, but you have to be of sound mind. It's not just some like make a wish, manifest, or blow out the candles like a birthday wish. Like, no. You have to be cognizant of what the fuck you're doing and saying. They don't have that. They'll do it just to get in. Don't you know God knows that? It doesn't work that way. Mm-mm. No. Yeah, like this. It's like this. This person, not my girl, however, they think all they gotta do is go get a table and put some stuff out there, put on a cute outfit, throw on a lace front. And it is so much bigger than that shit, bro. This person is technically one of those vending machines. Do she look like it? No. However, she is. Because she spent most of her life fucking. She couldn't fuck a few people depending on her age. Because they've been cooked in certain generations. You know? She could have smoked weed just because she heard it was a trend. It's trending. She didn't do it for the purposes of the medicinal purposes it's supposed to be used for. All she focused on was her looks and money. She may have played around with religion a little bit, but not really. Really concerned about her outer appearance. Not paying too much about her character, her integrity, none of that. She could have been born in a family where it was a lot of people and she got, let's say, the middle child positioning and got lost in the shuffle. So her parents really couldn't do what they do because they had, let's say, 8, 9 other children to deal with. You got these people, bro. It's some sad shit. And it's also uh sobering, I guess you can say, or a bearing of witness to how God isn't like man in the regard that he doesn't care about how cute you is. He doesn't care about your last name and who you know and all of that shit and what you drive and how much money you make, and this doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I'm trying to tell y'all, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter at all. Mm-hmm. That's the key to some of y'all questions. Some of y'all have been asking, why do they keep on with this X shit? Well, that's just you just was on their radar. Yeah, you could have got on their radar. Yeah, when you was in. Ooh, yeah, yes, that's what happened. Oh, we Lord have mercy. Some of y'all was on a real growth spurt. Y'all was having a growth spurt when y'all dealt with one of these persons. Maybe a fake twin or some shit like that, or a baby daddy, whatever. Some of y'all are always growing and evolving and changing and learning. And it's not a big deal for you to go to a bookstore, to go to the library, to go research something, to go before Google some people, just a human. A human. What you do isn't a big deal. Did where somebody may think something is new and you tried it out 10 years ago, and it's not a big deal. Oh, you're drinking probiotics. Oh, okay, yeah, I used to drink probiotics in the early 2000s. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't agree with me kind of situation. Like, they think it's a trend, or, now they just now hip to a pro or prebiotic kind of shit. Like, you like, oh, lollipop, or whatever the name of that shit is. Yeah, kombucha, or whatever the fuck. I tried all that shit early 2000s. It made my stomach hurt, honestly. So they got new flavors now. So it's trying to new. Oh, I see they done came up. They got a motherfucking ginger beer can. Okay, let me see. Let me try this shit and see what's up. But I had been in the section of Whole Foods where they was selling that shit out in the cooler, or at Heinz is the grocery store here. That kind of shit, bro, it's no big deal. It's no fucking big deal. Remember Hunter boots? Some of y'all wore them motherfucking Hunter boots. And now they're just like regular galoshes, even though the price has always been kind of up there. But you may be a person that wears rain boots, but they Hunter boots. Now, if those came back into style, they would think you are, and you've been wearing goddamn Hunter boots since the 90s, kind of shit. Y'all were dealing with these kind of people, and y'all thought that they were normal like y'all, and they were not. They thought that you was somebody that was, I don't know. It could be your normalcy that made them look at you like celebrity. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all was single and somebody keeps calling you their ex when they said it was just, let's just hang out and get to know one another. Nothing was solidified. You know damn well you wasn't going nowhere with this person. Even if the insinuations was there, you was picking up funny business. You just kind of talked. You didn't really take it seriously because there's nothing to take seriously. Like I said, you can really gauge who you're dealing with, even if you're sleeping with them. If you still have to make sure that your cupboards are full alone. If you still got to unpack your car with the help of your children. If you still got to do everything as if you are single, bro. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking empress. And an empress doesn't have anything to do, really, to me, with a house or money. It has to do with a posture. It has to do with your level of maturity. It has to do with your soul being intact. It has to do with you knowing normal from abnormal and not saying, well, what's normal? Motherfucker, I can show you normal versus abnormal. And just because a motherfucker sleeping in a house and driving a certain type of car, that do not make them normal. No. Now let me roll with them for 30 days and see what's up without them going to touch a damn love spell. Or nothing for that matter. They can have rituals all day long. They can light a candle for their ancestors. I wouldn't deem that insanity. And it better be for their ancestors and not some weird entity they conjure in to see if somebody can help them out with their normalcy. Because it's just that many motherfucking spirits roaming around this bitch. I'm trying to tell you. Allah say you was in growth, you was in an empress energy, and you was with a worthless item. And that's just the bottom line. A dead person. Do you see it on that pentacle? Yeah, they saw you as a physician, honey. Fuck chasing the bag being money, honey. They chasing the physician bag, bitch. Because some of y'all are healers. That's the bag they chasing. Do you hear me? And ain't nothing you could do with them. No. They are walking warmongers. They think they're warlocks, but they're not. The only reason that they some of these people warlocks is because they stay locked in a state of internal war within themselves, which makes them act it out. You know, it's every time you look around, it's always something, right? Okay, well, that's what goes on within them. So they pop offs. They don't think before they do something. And if they do, they'll shut their shit down just to listen to another crazy motherfucker tell them, when you gonna fuck with her, man? When you gonna pull up on her, man? So they don't even get a brain a chance to think for itself. Even, bro. Ain't nothing out here in science, in metaphysics, only God. And he ain't doing it because there's too many of them who misuse their free will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like God gotta set it up. He gotta set up a certain type of way. I'm trying to tell you, like you would think that they have some type of comprehension or something with the things that they do to you. No, it's like in and out. It's kind of like a video game. It's real weird how Allah has this set up. You see this entity right here? Just say Allah has these everywhere, like a video game. And if a person conjures something because they're not doing the right thing, and they don't think that somebody sees them, even though justice never sleeps, how Allah got this shit on lock, they end up crossed up in this person. Just imagine in this entity because they went fucking around and shit that they don't know nothing about. It's kind of like people not knowing what's going on different planets. You don't know all that's in the unseen reality that Allah has in place for humans who go outside of the confines of humanity. Let's say that. It's like going too far up as an astronaut and the whole goddamn space shuttle explodes. You see what I'm saying? They conjured some shit. And just imagine they're star-crossed. Sometimes they're this energy because this energy is what got them. They conjured somebody. They conjured an entity. I'm trying to tell you. They got crossed up in that motherfucker. And sometimes that motherfucker let them out. But that's why I said the misfire in their brain and shit, some of that shit is hoodoo. I'm not lying. Just come out, blurt out shit. Or do shit. And then be right back crossed up in this shit. Now, when you talking to these type of motherfuckers, you have to be careful because you do not know who you fucking with. You think they normal because they got eyes, ears, nose, all that shit. No, they are not, bro. They will even have you to read some shit if you're a tarot reader, or even if you're a human that knows how to read or pick up energy. You will be reading some shit that ain't even them. They'll throw a motherfucking soul at you that they done took from a bitch they slept with and got down 2005. You say, is they gay? Why I'm picking up gay? Or why I'm picking up this? Or why I'm picking up, oh, boy, he got some money. He might be projecting himself at a time when he was selling dope and had money. Or when he was on a job where he was doing good and had money. It's all canon. He's just motherfuckers that sold dope that's fucked up. It's motherfuckers that didn't do their due diligence in maintaining their humanity and their souls in their mind space. Being a human being is not a game. Taking care of yourself and understanding how your mind works and dealing with yourself. When certain things come up, you dealing with it. Within yourself, outside of yourself, after you slept with someone, you're taking your detox bath, you're talking to God, you're disconnecting, you're cutting cords. What you mean, sleep with him and get up and that's it? It's dangerous. This shit is so crazy. A lot of motherfuckers is in trap situations, crisis situations, restricted. And though it's reversed, reversing is like subtraction. So just imagine a reversal where entrapment, crisis, and restriction is concerned. All of these would have to start disappearing or dissipating. You know how long that takes? If a person has been in a certain lifestyle for 40 years, it's going to take at least 35 to be fair or, optimistic. Fair to someone's fear of the shit they done got themselves into. So it'll take you at least 35 years. Let's say somebody was molested at 5. And then after that, instead of dealing with that, they dealt with it by way of sleeping with more people, which is so cliche. But this is what they do to not deal with what happened to them. So let's say the person is now 48 years old. You do the math on it. They never stopped sleeping around from the time that they were 5 and got molested. They start being promiscuous, let's just say around 9 years old. They may have went into some type of shock from 5 to 9. And then at 9, they got promiscuous. They touching little girls, touching little boys, whatever the case may be. And then they get up till 4. They've been doing this shit their whole life. It just switches up the older they get. They may have been deemed the best whatever in school. He the best kisser or whatever. But it's because of that promiscuity that they tied themselves to as an excuse for why they didn't. This is the way they dealt with it. This was their response to the trauma of molestation, which to me, I think is a crock of bullshit. I think it's just a lazy way. Like, and you're perpetuating something, and this shit is so old. You know how many people have been molested and raped? Not to excuse it, not to downplay it, no. To help you to understand how long people have been perpetuating something when they really don't have to go there. As long as there's something within you still telling you don't do that, then you don't have to perpetuate anything that was done to you. And I know for a fact that a lot of people that were molested, when they started on the road to doing what was done to them, something told them, no, do not do that. And they did it any fucking way. Don't even buy this kind of shit. Some of it says vacation, you'll be traveling soon, But see, this will come up because somebody wanted to do that with you, but they don't have the capacity. Something been wrong with them. Some of y'all are so powerful, I heard, that let's say you slept with this person and didn't know they were lost in the recesses of their fucking mind, but something told you. And sometimes, God will use you the way that he uses you, especially if this person is a danger or a threat to society. And you don't even know it. You didn't pick that up. You could have picked up their inner child because some of y'all still have your inner child intact. Let's just say 3 of these motherfucking recesses of the mind dissolved after you slept with this person. They thought they met God. No, they met grace and mercy in the form of a woman. And hell, some of that is the grace and mercy of the people that live around them. They don't even know that it's some shit going on. You understand? For real. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And it could have been on a search or a hunt for Red October for their whole goddamn family fucked up. I'm trying to tell you. Mules are fucking emotions. Some people are mixed with Asian. Do you hear me? You know what a muse is? Just imagine this is a muse of emotions. Some of them grew up in that shit. On some, to look for a woman, this would be their mother energy. Trusting in the divine. To go look for a woman that can help us out of this. I'm talking real deranged thinking. When some of them met you, they said, I got her. No. Mm-mm. Not even God. You hear me? Not even God. They're not human. They're not. It's sad. It's real sad. It's real sad, y'all. Some of y'all, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Don't that feel so sobering? Because that's what it's doing. People be mad at me, coming at me. Because I be saying, they was mad at me in the hood because I was saying celibacy. You know, y'all doing that shit. Y'all sleeping with people. Y'all gonna be fucked up. Quit fucking with these motherfuckers. Take a break. They didn't like that. Now, some people are seeing. I was never the girl to give a fuck. Do you. Do it responsibly. However, do you. Because I know I'm doing me responsibly. I ain't got to tell nobody nothing about nothing. That's the problem. You ain't focusing on your own shit. So now that I got to be to the place where I got to tell people, hold yourself, don't do that, you don't know, and then the persons that's used to having that for backup or medicine, they really mad. And some of them mad because they know they'll never get the opportunity to get back in your bed. So sometimes they'll attack just because of that. And you be saying, where's all this even coming from? You trying to rationalize it and shit and be all with a normal person? And they are not that. Mm-mm. Hold on, y'all. Watch these, babe. I'm trying to tell you. Some people get it. Somebody told some of y'all, let's just go with the flow. God, I can't stand this shit. Somebody told some of y'all to go with the flow. Some nigga, some bitch, some shit. And y'all end up with a baby. If they watch that baby, they touching that baby. Predators, sexual predators. Some of y'all may have had dreams of it or something like that. There's somebody with a newborn. Y'all can't leave y'all babies with just anybody, even if it is the so-called father, because it possibly isn't the original father. It just be a guardian seed. They told some of y'all met somebody on social media, told y'all to just go with the flow with some shit or something. This is like a plot from them to get something new out of you so that they can feed off of it. Maybe molest him or something. Newborn, predators. Every fucking where. If you was to gauge their mind, you see how I said if they uncharted, you may be able to pick up a Chucky doll or a Skullhead in there. However, a pirate, maybe a fucking um Planet of the Apes kind of motherfucker. However, everything else, fuzzy, fuzzy. So y'all may have had dreams about it or just worrying yourself if you done got pregnant by this person. Oh, Lord have mercy. And some men said, this is exactly why. I would not give a fuck. Do you hear me? I'm telling y'all, some of y'all met y'all twin flame online. Some of it was not planned. It may have seemed planned or scripted or something because y'all see that they doing this little script shit where motherfucker following you around the store saying something to you, somebody done sent them kind of shit. No, some of y'all met y'all twin by way of somebody that y'all was dealing with that is tied to y'all twin in a past life. And they do a lot of hoodoo and that conjuring and all that shit brought y'all twin to y'all allegory or however you say that word. It brought them to y'all feed. Like they just came out of nowhere. You may have said, oh, he's a nice looking guy or whatever, but not really paying it any attention. And then all of a sudden, some of y'all just ended up in this person's inbox. And you're just pouring out because it would be what happened in a past life, honestly. It's like you just get vacuumed, sucked into some shit. Into an experience. You don't even know what the fuck this is about. It happens to me a lot. That's why I cannot stand. It is dangerous what they be doing because they be conjuring past lives. I'm trying to live right now. They will not allow you to because they always searching for something to deal with the problems that they can't seem to get a cure for because they did too much of something and not enough of something else. They played with God. They played in houses of God. They played with religion. They said they were prophets. They said they were musicians like such of David, shit like that. I'm talking playing with God in the worst way. On top of that, living a whole nother different lifestyle when they ain't going to church. Males may sell dope on the weekends, may sleep with prostitutes, have all kind of vices that you have no idea. Like a ship tossed. They been that, y'all. I said I done seen some motherfuckers who been out of their mind since the 90s. They could get mad all they want to. The 90s took a lot of people out of here. If they would have bag up, prison saved a lot of people. Because they was able to get their mind right. Some of y'all met y'all twin online and it seems fake, it seems false, it seems like it's not real. Some of y'all twin been trekking y'all, watching y'all, seeing what y'all seeing because men are really, I mean, it's like some people are understanding that this is not a game. Even though people treat certain shit as a game, it ain't. They watch some of y'all and they remain in single until they can get to some of y'all. If they don't get to some of y'all, some of these men are resolute that they just won't be with anyone. And y'all don't even know it's like that. However, it's like that. Y'all may not talk to them. Y'all may be wondering, yeah, like what the fuck is this? Like because of what's considered normal. You know, you go on a date. Somebody says they like you, even if they live out of town. I mean, hell, you get on a plane, right? You meet. You do life together. Then you decide whether or not you like this person after a couple of meetings. Even if they live out of your country, it doesn't even fucking matter with that shit. A plane, bro. And they can visit you however many times a year to see if you want to be with this person. And then sometimes it's just not working based on the distance. And they may say you're not worth the distance, and you may say you're not worth the wait. This is different. Somebody conjured something to bring y'all twin into view. I'm trying to tell you. And it came up on y'all fucking timeline. And you're like, what the fuck? After you vacuumed in this shit, me, I'm a person that's going to get right on top of who the fuck are you. I stay there. So it doesn't take long for me to find out who the fuck are you. Even if you don't remember who you are. Let me tell you something. Me, especially when it comes to a man and sleeping with him, I prefer people not tied to my past life because it's easier to just walk away. Some are just crazy and they weren't a part of your past life, but they ruined your life because they've been crazy. They could be linked to somebody within your family. And they thought you was, if y'all look alike or got any similar looks, they could have thought you was the lover that they got over on them or whatever the case may be. You know? Oh yeah. It's no getting away. I got a lot of people on the planet this lifetime that's looking out for me because I was their seer. I was a reader for them, like a tarot reader, like a physician bag, a metaphysician, a witch doctor. What you need? I need a remedy. You got it in them rabbit's foot kind of shit. So I got a lot of people, different ages, that followed me here to look out for me. It's kind of like, oh, if you're going through the periodicals or something, it's like, ooh, so-and-so gonna be on the earth at this time. I'm going. She may need me because I was that much of a good person. I didn't do no man wrong. It's hard to find, clearly, if a motherfucker want to come to earth because you'll be here. You got some motherfuckers that came to deal because a bitch was lying. Nobody gets away. And guess what? They'll say, this person shot this person at point blank range and they can't find who did it. No probable cause. You don't got to look the same. No, it's an appointed time, bro. They came here to get your ass. Because you've been stealing their money and lying to them with this fortune telling bullshit. Oh, it's like that. Mm-hmm. So this me. Soon as I, honey, listen, Akashic, here I come. You want to get in my bed? What the fuck you think this is? Average people that I'm just meeting? Of course not. I don't dig. But if you want to get in my bed, you're not about to have me like this in my bed after I fuck with you. And if you do, I'm going to know exactly why. Because I'm going to know who the fuck you are tied to a past life. And it won't be for me conjuring no fucking past life. The present is always better. And if it was meant for some of y'all to meet y'all twin, y'all would have met them under different circumstances, possibly. And they, for real, they could be here to meet you. And they up under some type of fucking witchcraft or hoodoo that they can't even remember what they came for. It's like a chain reaction. Say y'all was with somebody that was conjuring shit, doing spell work, doing love spells, all this shit, a man. I'm going to use women and they'll say it was a man doing it. They're going to jumble timelines. They're going to do something to bring the past into the present. Not even understanding what they're doing. That's why you should not do that. Shit y'all be doing with the love spells. It fucks shit up in the worst fucking way. Because more than likely that's somebody else's woman. These motherfuckers won't even remember that they were following you throughout lifetimes. They just be doing shit. And they want to find out who are they in the... I'm talking about obsessed with this shit. Now, who am I? Motherfucker, the Bible ain't enough for your ass to find out that you stay in trying to look for where you supposed to be. They go conjuring and sit back and go find a tarot reader to say, so who am I in her story? Oh, wow. You guys aren't going to get along. You're going to be this and that. Now they're going to try to go, here they go. Back to the drawing board because they didn't get an answer that they wanted with who they were in your fucking narrative. They were the villain. They were the motherfucker that wasn't shit. So here they go. Here go the love spell. Trying to change the narrative. when they're really low-key geometrically opposed to you. They shouldn't even been touching you. Some people. And they brought in to view y'all twin. I'm trying to tell you. They played they self, bro. Some of y'all may not have ever met them because they were in a situation that got them in this mode. A fuck a bitch. Couldn't even remember that you were the reason they were here. Because they were dealing with somebody that was tricky as fuck doing love spells and all that other shit. A misfire of sorts. And then they got to sit back. Some of them been watching y'all and they don't got no time to waste. They tripping off that. That they met y'all online and then they just started being kind of obsessive, watching your movement, watching what you do, watching what you say, because some of these men are understanding that this shit, motherfuckers, is crazy. They done talked to enough people. They have been above it. They've been the watchers. And they know something is fucking seriously wrong with women. Whether they was married to them, whether they dated them, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay? They know definitely something is fucking wrong. Some of y'all do hair. Y'all found y'all twin on there. Y'all feel some type of way about it. Y'all just like, this shit feel phony. Like, why am I even going here? I ain't never met this person. Like, I need to stop acting like this person is my twin, or stop acting like this is a relationship. Like, I need to get myself together. Like, kind of situation. Like, no, it is. It is. I'm trying to tell you. I said that because some of y'all may be in the eye industry where you sell glasses, or eye doctors or some shit like that, may work for an eye doctor. And some of y'all are hairstylists, gifted scissors, gift scissors. Wretched familiar. Yeah. Some of y'all turn off to say no, and then y'all go out and you're like at the bar or the club or whatever, and you're like, oh my God. Go right back to minding your business, which would be your money. But your answers are saying yes. It is that person you met online. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, somebody did some fucking spell work and they got them fucked up. They thought they had you and they did not. They conjured up y'all twin, y'all real twin. This is a fake person. This is a fraud right here. Somebody that's out of their mind, honestly. And if you were with them, they would say God's rejection is God's divine protection. Some of y'all thought this was the real deal. Because they have like I'm hearing they're like a part of a coven network or something like that, where women tell them what to say. It reminded me of, I said that before on here, one of my friends, he told me that he had sent me something from prison. And he said, yeah, I had to pay for this because the gays in prison make the greeting cards. They know how to, he was my dude though, so it wasn't like that. He could tell me what it was. If I was just some girl, then I would have thought that he came up with this poetry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the homosexual men in prison that make the greeting cards, and they don't tell the woman that's who making it. That's what made it funny. I was like, what? Like, yeah, we send these out to the ladies to make them think they are, poetic and shit. But it don't be them. They be paying the gays in there to make up this shit. This shit's silly as fuck, but it's fucked up. Oh my God. So they got that kind of shit going where they always saying the right things. They may be quiet. They give off. It could be some old women coaching them because of what they remember a man to be. Like Uncle James Brown said, a man is looking for a woman and a woman is looking for who a man used to be. That's what he said. It's true. So it's kind of like, may have pulled out your chair. I mean, just you hadn't felt this kind of chivalry. It's something, but they're coached. So they may keep their phone by their side. It may have been a red flag. Like, this motherfucker in his phone. He worse than me. Kind of shit. Where it be text messages coming through. How you doing? Y'all all right? Okay, did you say good morning to her? Did y'all hear what the fuck I said? I ain't lying. Or did you buy her something to eat? You asked her, was she hungry? That's that mother trusting in the divine, you know. But the divine is what they be, that bullshit, that hoodoo. Not Allah, God, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They did. It ends up working out in y'all twin favor. Because this person knows that you are what they came here for. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all may need to be more vulnerable because y'all in the same boat. They're thinking the same thing, but they're done possibly a little bit further than you are with knowing who you are and knowing they're going to try to get to you or make something happen or whatever the case may be. They more sold out to it than you, but it's because they've been able to watch you. And some of y'all may have cut this person off, which really made them know that, oh shit, this motherfucker cut me off. It's a culture going on. Space age pimping. You know? For real. Don't act like y'all don't know. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all may be moving with this person. Yeah, some of y'all went back to being focused on your money. It's just all kind of shit going on. People gotta learn boundaries. Oh my God. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's been like this. You see how he is? Some of y'all was with somebody that's like that. And y'all thought they was normal. But they get fed. They kind of gotta get an allowance kind of shit. However, how did you think this person was gonna work out as somebody's husband? It's somebody that be, oof, honey, a puppet master. Mm-hmm. Y'all hearing now? Some of y'all hearing that? Oh, I need the trumpet is being blown. I'm trying to tell y'all, ain't none but these out here, infected shamblers. And somebody got to tell them what to do, how to do it. Some of them may even have to go get body jumped and shit in order to act right. Like, it's a big problem. It's a huge problem. I ain't even capping. It's huge. Mm-hmm. Somebody know they got you. I'm trying to tell you. People was working. People was working to get you. These blue rag motherfuckers. And they was conjuring shit. And I'm telling y'all, it brought y'all twin up on y'all timeline. They may not be from the same state, may not be from the same country. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Some of y'all are in disbelief. Y'all just feel like y'all in waiting or your life is just going by, you know. Nothing really happening. You gotta wait. It's a reason for that. It just is. It's a lot going on. And people done lost their mind a long, long time ago. And it's just people that's been trying to keep them afloat and doing all kind of wretched ass shit, y'all. Whew. It's terrible as fuck. It just is. And I'm going to leave it at that. Oh my